Poor and middle class came out celebrating the idea that Trump wants to eliminate the income tax and replace it with tariffs without realizing this is a policy that would severely damage the poor and middle class. If you're not familiar, tariffs are basically taxes we charge on imported goods. Over the last 5 years, it's been between $40 and $120 billion per year in tariff revenue. Over the past 5 to 10 years, we've gotten about $3 to $5 trillion in total tax revenue per year. And guess how much of that comes from the income tax?
Half.
You might have guessed if you have $2 to $2.5 trillion of income tax to make up for, and we're currently getting like $100 billion a year in tariffs, that tariff is going to have to increase exponentially to make up for that. Another big problem here is the next two biggest portions of our tax income are from Social Security and our Medicare taxes, and then corporate taxes, so these would both go up exponentially as well. And when the corporate income taxes go up, domestic prices go up, so the people that end up suffering once again are the poor and the middle class who are just trying to buy food, clothing, pretty much everything else. People benefiting here would be the people getting the largest tax rate, which would be the obscenely rich. The other problem here is even if we're in make-believe land where we could raise the tariffs to this level, countries would just increase the prices of those goods. So again, anything being imported would just be obscenely expensive. This is just kind of like mutually insured economic destruction, and then countries would respond by raising tariffs on us, so our exports would be tariffed at a much higher rate as well. So to break it down, the average person, while they're able to save more out of their paycheck, they'd be paying more for pretty much everything just to exist. Inflation is already awful, but it would skyrocket even further. Income tax is the basis of our already poor infrastructure and social services, so again, poor people would suffer even more as that deteriorates. Production costs would generally increase as we're trying to get raw materials from around the world. There'd probably be massive job cuts and businesses would be forced to leave the United States as it was so expensive to produce anything here. And all this is just a make-believe statement to appeal to very poor people, to uneducated people that do not understand how these systems work and the actual ramifications for their own lives. Well, that Donald just thinks the people that follow him are so obscenely stupid, he doesn't even need to really think about anything he says. He can just kind of pander and just make shit up until he gets elected. Sad to see, because a lot of people are just desperate. They need help. He is not the first politician to do this. It's not just Republicans that do this either. All in all, this is just a clear continuation of the political climate that started in 2016, where you just say whatever you want. It doesn't really get fact-checked. No one calls you a liar. A bunch of people believe it, and then by the time it is fact-checked, it doesn't really matter because it's already out there. That's the state of the world right now. It just sucks, and I'm not sure how we're supposed to fix this.